Hey guys, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well, staying safe. It's Ryan here with DP Marketing.Services, an author on the book on digital marketing for plumbing and HVAC contractors. That's the whole title. Look at there. Thanks for tuning in. This book is amazing. I tell you, ones and ones of people have left amazing reviews on Amazon. If you haven't read this book, seriously, I know this is the time of year where everyone's talking about like starting their businesses or starting fresh or going somewhere. This is a really good book. If you've been in business for a while, I know a lot of guys we talk to are they get confused about like different terms, and it can be overwhelming to understand how to decipher guys who are trying to sell you crap and whatnot. So this book is literally written for guys like you and gals. So I hope that you find this helpful. It doesn't teach you how to be a digital marketer, although you could. Like there's a checklist at the end of every one about like, hey, here's how to do social. This is the type of post to do, and here's how to do Google Ads, and here's how to do things with Google My Business. Your next steps. So it's made to like be able to be implemented, but really it's helping you just as a business owner to think better and understand better, so that you have some tools that you can make yourself better at running your business. So hope you're doing well, staying safe. Coming at you with the video. It's that time of year where everyone, if you haven't done it already, is doing their budget forecasting and planning for the upcoming year. So this is a really important process. If you're not planning, you're really missing out, because planning the future of your business is really what separates the successful companies from the kind of the mediocre ones. I know a lot of guys that we talk to that just kind of like react. Well, if they get more calls, then they hire more people, and they just kind of like figure it out as they go. With other guys, they've got a plan. They know on this date they're doing this thing, and on this date they're doing this thing. And it's really, really important from a management standpoint, right? Because if you're watching this video, it's not because you're trying to figure out how to like unclog a drain or reseat a toilet, right? You already know how to do that crap. This is because you're wanting to learn more about how to build your business with marketing, and you want digital marketing to play a part in making that happen, because that's kind of what we do. So the idea is that you want to look ahead at the upcoming year. You want to take your historical records into account, and also forecast what you think is likely based on what you understand, recent hires you made. And really, this is a resource allocation game, right? Because it's at some point in time, you only have so much resource. You only have so much time. You have so much money. You only have so many employees. Like, you need to make sure that you're making the most and making the right decisions as you scale. So, for instance, we've got one client who I'm super proud of. In the past year, has just like gone through the roof with his business. Like year over year, it's just a night and day change. But he's starting to plan, for instance, his press release events. So he's starting at next Christmas and next New Year, so 12 months out from right now. And he's already starting to go, hey, I need to do an event here. I need to do an event here. I need to do a toy drive here. I need to do something for schools here. And he's already starting to plan on what are the partnerships he needs to make those things happen. And then what are the dates he needs to be able to provide those things to his local chamber of commerce and local newspapers and local news stations, so that they can come out and give him press. Because guys, look, if the newspaper and TV stations are covering your business because you're doing something good, you're going to get customers out of it. It's that simple. And it's a nice way for you to give back to the community, right? It's like the easiest, smartest, less creepy way of advertising in the world. Just do good things for people, and people will talk about you. It's amazing. Sorry. But so right now he's got, we've got six identified events in the next year that we're going to be dropping press releases for, to start getting on the radar of his market. It's fantastic. We have other guys who are starting to do planning that they want to go from 2 million in sales last year to 5 million revenue this year. So now we've got a whole other thing, because we've got an extra division we're bringing online. We got hiring we need to do. We got training we need to do. We've got all these assets that we need to be able to build out from like an SEO standpoint, so that they're in place by the time that peak season hits. If we wait until peak season starts to do the work, we're going to be too late. We're going to miss all that opportunity to get in front of it. If we only react, we'll always miss out on opportunity. If we can plan, start getting those things in place, then we're good to go. There is a process, it gets a little bit technical, called a Gantt chart, which is like a lot of project managers use to figure out like what's the critical path. So for instance, if you go, hey, we really need to move into a 30,000 square foot shop, like we're too slammed, too tight in our 5,000 square foot space. We need much more space. There are tools to figure out, okay, so you need to be able to sign the lease by this date and do this much in reno, and you can kind of backdate to how much time you need to make that happen. And then you can start figuring out, how do you hire, how do you train, how do you start getting deals with parts houses to make that move more possible. Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck in the same small workshop you're in now a year from now. And that really sucks. So I just want to put out a couple things about the importance of planning. There's all kinds of things you can plan. You can plan marketing spends and hires and branding and all these things. And they're all fair. And they're all good. But do the plan. Saying the idea without putting down the steps to make the idea is not a plan. So you need to do more than just be like, man, I want to be on every billboard. Cool. You've got to be able to put down the steps. We need to be on every billboard, which means we really need to update our brand, which means we really need to have new photos, which means we really need to do and contact this company. Like, you need to be able to break it down to step by step by step and put those things on a calendar. You have to put them on a calendar. If you don't put them on a calendar, they're just going to sit on a to-do list somewhere that you will ignore. Put them on a calendar with a date. Assign whoever's responsible for making that thing happen and get it done. Make your plan. Make this year better than last year. Not because it accidentally happened, but because you planned for it to. Put the things in place. Make the decisions you need to make now for the future. I'd like to hear about your plans. So what are you planning? How is this year going to be better for you than it was last year? Leave a comment below. I can't wait to see what you say. As always, guys, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.